Hello, everyone, and good day. Come on in, come on in. Grab your pen and paper, grab the seat, and just lend me your ear for a little bit. I hope everyone is having a phenomenal day. For those of you who don't know who I am Monique White of Triumph Services, where I help single professional moms replace their full-time income with a part-time side hustle so they can be at home with their kids, do what they love, and never miss a first again. Come on in, come on in. We are in the series of Banishing Self-Sabotage. Banishing Self-Sabotage. And today I want to speak to you about seeking validation. We are going to build on the first two lives of the series. Today we're going to talk about seeking validation and how that can be sabotaging you in your efforts to move forward, in your efforts to be successful, in your efforts to elevate. Before I get started, I want to invite you to tag a friend. Tag a friend. Let someone know that I am live, and we are going to be talking about strategies to overcome self-sabotage. So today, as I said, the topic is seeking validation. Now, what is wrong with that? Well, you all know me. I'm going to start with the word. First Thessalonians 2:4 tells us, and I have it written down here, but just as we have been approved by God to be entrusted with the gospel, so we speak, not to please man, but to please God who tests our hearts. Not to please man, but to test God, or to please God who tests our hearts. So when we're seeking validation, whether it be an idea, whether it may be a new path, we're inviting in someone else's opinion. So the effects of seeking validation is we are giving our God-given power away. Our God-given power away. And all of us have done it at some point in our lives. Actually, we probably do it, frequently in our day-to-day life. You have a decision that needs to be made, and you think you have it right, but then you go and ask someone, and before you execute, before you implement, before you act, you go and ask someone else. And it's actually similar to a live that I did last year. And at that time, I discussed the effects of that. But when you do that, you're not trusting yourself. When you do that, you are giving your God-given power away. Because we're told that we are not children, but heirs. Not just children, but heirs. So we have the power, we have the creativity, we have the vision, and the person that we should be seeking validation from is our Father. So when we start looking outward, we're giving that power, we're giving that authority away. We're giving someone, a man, something on the outside authority over us. Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Remember? Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Meaning, everybody is bringing to the table their own fears, their own anxieties, their own hang-ups. That's where those opinions are formed out of. So when you ask them when you ask them for their opinion, you're asking them to project onto you those internal fears, anxieties, prejudices even onto you. And then if you accept that, then you have taken accountability for their own stuff, if you will, their stuff. So one, the effect of it is you're giving your power away. Two, you're giving someone authority over you. And three, the third effect is you're potentially inviting negativity into your sphere of influence. You're intentionally inviting that into your sphere of influence. And that can cause confusion. Let's say, for example, you have been given a vision by God, but rather having the confidence in Him and what He has given you, you seek out validation. Now, don't confuse that with confirmation, because confirmation is going to come without you seeking it out. It's going to come automatically. You know, the Bible tells us that, you know, what the Lord tells us, if it's His voice, it's going to be confirmed to us, right? That comes automatically. Validation is you going out and asking someone else's opinion. So you're inviting negativity into your sphere of influence. And because it's not coming from above, it's not confirmation, because you're not seeking the information and the wisdom from where you should be seeking it, it has the potential to cause confusion. And God is not a God of confusion. It also becomes a distraction. When you seek too many opinions and you try to sift through all of that, you're wasting valuable time that you cannot get back and energy. And it sows uncertainty in your vision. You can't expect the vision list to sign on to your vision. It wasn't given to them, it was given to you. So, how do you overcome that? How do you shift? If you have a habit of doing this, how do you shift this behavior that is undermining your efforts? Well, one, be intentional about seeking God's counsel first. First, seek God's counsel. Two, have only a small group of wise counsel and mentors. You notice I said wise. He who walks with the wise counsel and mentors. And that being said, 3, be prepared to cut some folk off. Be very mindful of your circle. Like I said, you can't expect the vision list to sign on to your vision. You don't have time to justify, explain to people that do not have it in them to understand, to see. Set boundaries. We talked about that last week. Set boundaries. And be mindful, especially about unsolicited opinions. Someone once told me an unsolicited opinion is a form of control. Goes right along there with giving your power away. Be mindful of unsolicited opinions. And lastly, trust yourself. You are an heir. Didn't I just read that to you? You are an heir with all the power and authority that goes with it. And your hope and your trust and your confidence should be in the source of all things, should be in God. Your validation comes first and foremost from above. Stop giving your power away by not trusting His voice, by not trusting what has been imparted and instilled in you. Do not allow and do not accept responsibility for other people's fears, limitations, anxieties. The Bible says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." That is the only one, the one who has planned out your every step, planned out your ending before your beginning. That is the only one whose approval you should seek. Well, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope this helped somebody as we continue on our journey to banish self-sabotage. Thank you so much, everyone. I am Monique White of Triumph Services, where I help single professional moms replace their full-time income with a part-time hustle so they can be at home with their kids, do what they love, and never miss a first